Hello everyone, Justice Watch Hag here with a new episode. I wanted to talk about the murder trial that's underway right now. Charlie Adelson, he's on trial for the arranging a hit and soliciting murder in the first degree of Dan Markel, who was a Florida State University criminal law professor. He's Harvard educated, the apple of his parents' eye. This is his mother and father. And the mother and father of Dan Markel they pushed for a grandparents visitation bill for rights for grandparents to see their children. And the children, the whole thing, his sons, who he was removed from their life through murder from the Adelsons, have grown up not only losing their father, but also losing the grandparents as well, which is outrageous. It's beyond outrageous. It's sick and demented. And I wanted to talk about the Adelsons, about the Adelson women. The whole family's sick and demented. I mean, to me, I don't know. And this is commentary, this is opinion, obviously. But Wendy Adelson reminds me of Jodi Arias when that trial was happening. Jodi Arias killed a man. I don't know if you all are familiar with it. It was really, I wanted to show it. I thought I had it, one of the things, but I'll pull it up in a minute. But Jodi Arias was flirting with the police, with the officers during the interrogation, and she did antics during the trial. Let me just show you her face. I thought I had a tab with her on there, but I wasn't prepared. Even though I recorded this and then threw away the recording, but here it is. Here is Jodi Arias. She was, it was a big news story. It's out in Arizona. She viciously murdered this man. I think it was all about just a minor slight. He was going on a trip with another female, and she was, in her deluded, borderline personality, psychopathic mind, thought he should dedicate his life to her and be her husband forever. And it was torrid and raunchy stuff. I'm not going to get into all those details. But it was like a big story, and her behavior reminds me somewhat. I know it's different facts, but I mean just this demented idea of killing the man in this way, being this psychopathic, is to me seeming like borderline personality disorder. She's not like drooling at the mouth and seeing and hearing things kind of mental illness, but a mental illness of a twisted mental disorder and evil to the core. And I don't want to read every little detail of this, but I did read a little of it. And a lot of the symptoms seem to really persist with the Adelson family, Donna Adelson in particular. I feel in my heart, I don't know it, but just knowing what I know about humanity and people, I feel like the hit on Dan Markel was put into motion on the basis of both Wendy and Donna, of course, but they're like one unit you have to think of, because just picking him out, they met through a online dating called JDate, and I believe that they were together. This is the story I heard. Of course, I don't know, but I'm going by what I've heard on the YouTube and read, is that they picked out Danny Markel together, mother and daughter. To me, that seems bizarre, but this family is completely enmeshed and to a point of being psychopathic. And I believe that the murder act was done collectively as well. Just like the picking him out from the JDate online profile, they also decided to put a hit out together. And I think that when one of the motions was for Donna Adelson to have supervised visits with the children, because she was calling the father, Dan Markel, names and stuff like that. And he had a motion for supervised visits. And I think that's what, personally, I think that's what set into motion this hit squad. And it's absolutely insane. The hands-on killers have all been sentenced to prison. And now it took 9 years to get an Adelson in court charged with murder. The first one, Charlie Adelson. The trial is going on right now. Witnesses have been on stand. I'm not going too much into their testimony and all that. I think it's pretty clear to the jury that this family put together this murder. Their cockamamie plot about, I'm going to delete this, not delete, but like X out of that. But the cockamamie plot about the killers were extorting money out of them doesn't even make sense. Because if they were extorting them for money and this man, their member of their family, their brother-in-law, son-in-law, father of the children, and someone's asking for money for killing him, wouldn't you? I'm calling 911 right on the dot. I know who the killers are. They were harassing us. We're in danger. We're fearful that maybe they'll come after us next. Of course, none of that happened. Because, why? Because they're the killers. They are the killers. This is a Charlie now. He's aged 20 years in 1 year, and he looks awful. So the outside is matching the inside of this man. And I don't want to just focus on him because it's the whole family. It's not just him. It's the whole family. Just a tidbit on the side. I found out that Charlie Adelson actually has a child, an illegitimate child who he was fighting not to have to pay a whole lot of child support. I don't know what the child support agreement was, but he does have a child as well. It's just a tidbit for you to know. This is all I have to say right now. I do want to put another video together. I want to talk about other cases too. I'm going to make a video, and I want you all to be on the lookout about the Maryland, to do with family law too. It's a Maryland disgruntled demonic man that killed the judge after I believe he lost complete custody of his children, and it was a good call too, because clearly he wasn't safe to be around his family. And he had a history of domestic issues. But he killed a judge out in the Hagerstown area of Maryland, and it was big in the news. The justice's name, I believe his last name was Wilkinson, but I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. He was a 50-some-year-old man, young. And, I mean, young is always relative. To me, that's young. My name is Justice Watch Hag, so I'm up in the years. But anyway, that, not to laugh when I'm talking about such a serious thing, but I want to talk about that. And there's another case as well, and they are coming. They're slow, but they're coming. Have a good day, everyone. Be safe. Peace.